What's going on, Drinking Buddies? Brand new podcast coming right at you, but you know what we got to do first. We got to talk about the things that generate a little revenue for the show. First and foremost, we were brought to you by the Patreon. That's right. There is a Patreon for, well, me. It's not just in Now We Drink content. There's other exclusive content on the Patreon, including ad-free audio, because if you're not experiencing it already, very soon, dynamically inserted ads are going to be coming, probably before this pre-roll. Patreon will have none of it. In addition to that, you get the video versions a week early. You get the uncensored video versions, and you get the video versions, and you get the whole back catalog of video versions. Check that out today at patreon.com/MattSlayer. We are also brought to you by my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/MattFandSlayer. I've been playing a lot of multiverses lately, so come check that out if you're into that game. Always looking for people to play with. And if you got Amazon Prime, wouldn't mind a Prime sub out of you. And last, but certainly not least, the easiest way to support this show is twofold. Share posts, tell your friends, just spread the word. Just let people know the show exists. It's really that easy. The other super duper easy way to support the show is go to youtube.com/andnowwedrink and subscribe. Costs you nothing. Helps us with the algorithm. You know we're just doing this all for the algorithm. If you could do me those solids, it'd be most appreciated. Let's get on with it. My guest this week is adult performer Loni Legend. That's right. Finally got Loni in the house for a full episode. Haven't seen her in person in a couple of years. This was a ton of fun. Loni is one of my favorite fucking people. And we're just silly. This is just silly the whole time. So sit back, relax, pop a cold one, and enjoy Drinking Buddies. I'll pour alcohol once we're recording. We're doing the thing. Loni Legend, holy shit, it has been way too fucking long. How are you doing, girl?
Pretty good, pretty good. How have you been?
I've been alive. If you're unaware, recently vasectomied. So,
oh, congratulations.
Thought I'd do humanity a favor and not breed.
Well, that's fun.
I think so. I think it's a very good call to, me not having children.
Well, that shows support for women's too out there, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. None of you want my children. So. Everybody wins.
Plus, like they say, it's reversible, right?
In theory.
Oh, okay.
So
if you're sure, you're not.
Oh no, I'm real fucking sure. And as fast and loose as I've been with some creep pies in my past, this probably should have been done a long time ago.
Well, you're lucky you haven't had any accidents, so.
Technically, I'm still fertile for another 60 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, so it's 20 loads and 3 months, and then you test to make sure that you got no swimmers. I'm like, is it 20 loads or 3 months? They're like, no, it's both. I'm like, oh, otherwise, doc, fucking
knock out 20.
20 loads, week and a half. But now he's like, you got to wait for both.
Whack.
I know. It's so fucking lame. Well, cheers. Thank you for fucking being here. Wanted to have you back on for fucking ever since.
No. Oh, man. It's been fuck a duck since before COVID.
Oh, yeah. This is the last time we hung out?
Oh, yeah, been a fucking minute.
Last time you were supposed to do the show, you came over and let's just go to the whiskey. And then we just.
Oh, man. I had a good time at the whiskey last week. They did not last week, the week before, they did a Dio tribute.
Oh, fuck birthday. Yeah.
It was dope. They had 3 of the 4 members there playing. It was so rad.
Fuck yeah. Tell me they did Holy Diver.
Yes.
I'm like, I know they had to.
We got there a little late, so we might have missed a couple of hits, but it was dope. And then we saw one, and then we were kind of chatting with one of the guys after at the Rainbow.
As one does.
As one must.
Right. How are you going to get off stage at the whiskey and not go to the Rainbow?
Got to catch the last of the kitchen, have those drinks, say hi to Lenny.
Rest in peace, Lemmy. Rest in peace.
Nice guy. I actually did. I was able to do an interview with him years ago. My friend had his own like rock and roll show. So, a real cool guy.
He hit on you?
No, he was very gentlemanly.
A gentleman hit on you? Come on. I've seen gentlemen hit on you. Come on. From what I've been told, I'm not obviously not Lemmy's friend by any stretch, but you were definitely his type. So
that was such a long time ago. God, I must have only been like 19.
Just barely legal.
Good times.
It's crazy to think that Lemmy's been dead for fucking going on. It's almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
2017, or was he the very tail end? I think he was the very tail end of 16. And
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then Bowie went like a week later, and
they always come in threes, man.
I know, it's such a bummer. Like, because what between 16 and 17, we lost Lemmy, we lost Prince, we lost Bowie, and Tom Petty were like all within.
Oh, really?
We like I was any of those people's friends. Like, I admired all their music. Don't get me wrong, but like no, his friends and family lost them.
Yeah, I mean, they were such influential people, though. Like, they've influenced so many generations of musicians and fans. You know, it's a group loss for sure. I mean, obviously worse for the family and friends, but it's still, you know, it still counts as a loss.
It is. I mean, means there'll never be another Motorhead album. You ever get the chance to see Motorhead in concert?
No, unfortunately.
The loudest show I've ever fucking been to. Seriously. I've been to a lot of metal shows over my lifetime. Nothing was louder than Motorhead. Thanks, Lemmy. I'm pretty sure I lost some certain tones in my ears because of that show.
That's funny though, because I was actually at the Troubadour this Saturday. My friend's band was playing, and the band that went on before them was so loud. Like, we couldn't even sit in where the stage was. We were in the other bar, and we could kind of hear the music. But I said, like, okay, the band's pretty good. They were just so loud. And then the guitarist had like a flute attached to the guitar on this stand, and he barely played it or anything. He was just like jumping around, being all like, yeah, like some crazy energy. And then he just like starts, I'm like, what is he doing to the guitar? And then he pulls out the flute. It's like, what? But it was so loud you couldn't even hear the flute. You could barely hear his vocals. But yeah, it wasn't bad.
That sounds like bad mixing from front of house, though, if you couldn't hear his vocals at all.
Oh, maybe, yeah. But no, but my band, and then my friend's band did really well because they always kill it. They're called State to State.
What kind of music?
Like alternative rock. They were actually supposed to get on this big old tour with that band Sweater Girl. Yeah, I didn't really heard of them before, but it's like a more alternative rock, pretty much. But then, you know, obviously, pandemic. So, unfortunately,
stupid pandemic fucking up everything.
Really did. That was supposed to be my big 25th France birthday trip because I'm born on Bastille Day out there. So basically, like their French, you know, Independence, they do the fireworks and stuff. So, and I have a couple of friends who have their own punk rock band, and they live in like more of the southern part of France. They were like, yeah, you got to come, like go do the touristy Paris stuff, but then come down and hang out with us for your birthday. So, missed that big 2-5.
You can still go do it. It won't be for 2-5, but
yeah, it won't be the same.
Won't be the same, but it'll still be good.
Yeah, no, me and Kimchi went to Paris. That was one of our first couple of stops when we traveled a few years ago. And unfortunately, we only stayed a couple of days, but it was so much fun.
What'd you do?
Well, it rained a lot, so we were mostly kind of keeping it low key. We did end up going to see the Notre Dame church. And
did you set it on fire? Is that your fault?
No.
Loni?
No.
Loni?
No. But it was weird because it had like a bunch of like scorch marks all over this.
Yeah, that's what happens when you set it on fire, Loni.
I did not, but it has caught fire before.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a big thing. Like, they were worried about it burning. Like, it caught on fire, and they were worried about how they were going to redo it. Like, that was a couple of years ago. So I was giving you shit about setting it on fire. Because that was a major fucking world news.
No, I meant even before that.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it was a couple years before the fires.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I was not even in Paris at the time. So
Allegedly not in Paris. Where were you at the time, Loni? You needed. What's your alibi? What was your whereabouts? Where were you?
I'm pretty sure I was back in the States in LA.
Oh, pretty sure. Officer, I was pretty sure I was back in the States and I had nothing to do with that.
I really gotta prove it. I'll whip out the social media. It knows my schedule better than any. Even if I forget.
You can post pictures that you took in the States while you're in Paris and be like, I'm in the States. Come on. Every hot girl ever posts pictures of like, I'm here well hours after they left because that's the safe way to do it. You know that. Come on.
No, I promise I did not start the fire.
I believe you, Loni. I believe you.
Do you?
No, not at all. I've known you too long. Come on. Like, I left a lighter on your side of the table. This might be a problem. Folks, if my apartment burns down, Loni Legend did it.
No, you know why I didn't do it? Because there was this awesome statue of like a headless guy like sucking a dick. It was so gnarly. Like, I wish I still had that photo. It was one of the like statue figurines outside of the church.
Why do you not have that photo?
Because I lost my phone.
The cloud. That wasn't on the cloud.
The cloud is dumb and it doesn't always save everything.
I'm painfully aware.
So
every time I transfer phone, I'm like, I know I lost shit. Like, I go through my files. I'm like, where is this? It's on Instagram. Where's the fuck is the original?
Yeah, the only pictures I have are the ones on Instagram and Facebook. So
it's a really sad state of affairs where Instagram is your reliable photo source.
That's sad, right?
Like, no, I don't.
Real sad.
You may zuck me at any fucking second, and all of it will be gone.
God, don't even say that. I don't want to think about that. Right?
We're knocking on wood. Loni plays nice on fucking social media. Please don't zuck her.
I've been good.
Have you really?
Enough.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
I was about to say, I know you. Good is not the like Loni Legend. Good. No, those two don't get together.
Nice, but not good.
Exactly. Nice, charming, good. Good doesn't fit.
I mean, good at something. Some things.
Well, you wouldn't be in your profession as long as you have been if you weren't.
Sure. God, it's been. Oh wow, it's been a minute, huh? Oh, don't remind me.
Like, I'm an old hag in porn now.
I feel like it. I mean, 27 is. Ugh. I don't know about that. We'll see, obviously, but You're
still working. You're still killing it, right?
Trying to keep my OnlyFans in, up to good quality, good content. But like I told you, I just moved, so I'm hoping to get more stuff done. I finally got my lights and stuff out of storage. So, I mean, I don't love doing solo stuff because I'm still struggling with the whole freaking Twitter thing.
Wow, what's going on with Twitter?
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm
so I fucking they suspended my profile a few years ago. Don't know why. So this is the second time I've had to make a new profile. So I make a new profile and I start to, add all the details and I make a post. Hey, this is Loni, my new profile got shut down, blah, blah, blah. And immediately they shut it down. They're like, they don't even give any explanation. Like, no, you're suspended. And I'm like, dude, excuse me. I'm like, dude, I made an appeal email. I'm like, look, this is who I am. I'm saying I am who I am. And I don't understand why you even shut me down in the first place. So here, I'm trying to make a new profile. I tried to do it a couple more times and they were just like, no, we can tell it's you from your IPA address. You're trying to spam Twitter. I'm like, bro, do you know how many fucking fake catfish profiles I have out there? But I'm the one, getting shut down. So yeah, I've tried to make appeals over, now it's like up to like 3 years now. Just, they will not budge.
Have you reached out to a lawyer at all, or?
No. How, like the reverse of a cease and desist? Like, what?
I mean, there's got to be some industry lawyer that like specializes in this shit.
I mean, because without my Twitter, I'm kind of handicapped, without being able to reach out to people really Instagram being my only, outlet. Luckily, it didn't affect my OnlyFans, which was connected to my Twitter, but that's remained intact. So.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Like,
yeah.
it's always wild when Twitter bans people because it's just like, Twitter? Really?
Yeah.
And IG, like, that happens all the fucking time. All the fucking time.
They're
But like,
so nitpicky about it too. Like, I've seen my girlfriends who are like, much, much smaller, small little boobies, and they can get away with posting a nip. But the second I show like this much just accidentally peeking out the bra, no,
your tits are too big for Instagram.
they can't handle it.
Loni, I mean,
that sounds like a them problem.
it really is. It really super is. But I'm curious, why are you friends with girls with small tits? Like, why are you helping out the handicapped? Like, what's up with that? No, fucking around. Please, small tit girls, don't come for me. I love y'all. Don't come for me. I'm just being funny.
No, I do have a lot of girlfriends who are more petite. They're dancers, go girls, models, and stuff. So
I don't know if it's still true, but there was a study done a while back. I don't know how formal the study was, but like the industry average bra size is actually smaller than like the U.S. average tit size. And if you think about it, like
I could see that because they liked, when I got in, I probably was like a B cup, so. Barely 100 pounds. You start out young. You start out, you're still a little petite and cute and, nubile. So I guess I could see that. Yeah.
Well, and especially because the industry sometimes goes towards like really petite girls. And
yeah. Because they like the contrast on camera, and then eventually, everyone gets their boobs done. But, I guess starting out, either you already start out with big naturals or you're like very petite. Totally.
Yeah.
What was the nation's average size? Do you remember?
And like 32C or some shit. And like the industry average was something like a 32B.
Huh. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, just like slightly smaller, but you figure the amount of petite performers out there, and especially like the ones that, are either really tiny people or just, are mad young still.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely filled out. A couple of years ago. It was always meant to be though. Like my family members, my mom on my mom's side, our genes are particularly strong. Very petite women, very, very, very large boobs. Like crazy.
What a horrible problem to have, Loni.
Well, I didn't have it actually. I had to do my little, procedure. But yeah, I didn't. Like it skipped right over me. I was so frustrated for so long. Like as a little girl, I'm looking around. I'm like, wow, I can't wait till I hit puberty. And then it just skipped right over me. I've been the same height since middle school. Okay.
See, if you hadn't told me you had done a fat transfer, I would have thought those were completely natural.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm super stoked about it. Like it's a newer thing. I mean, they've been doing it more for like butts and stuff, but it's definitely a really cool alternative to, implants.
Well, it's crazy because the Brazilian butt lift's been killing people.
Oh my God, I know. It's horrible. And people are like traveling for cheaper surgery. And that's, super crazy dangerous too. You're not supposed to even be out of bed, for weeks or months. I
guess if you can afford to like chill in Brazil or South America for weeks at a time afterwards, like
that would be cool. That wouldn't be a bad way to recover. I mean, mine only took, thank God, a month to recover. So yeah, it's a good alternative.
And that's, I'm assuming, not as invasive as getting implants. So
no, I literally just I call them my holes. I just got a couple extra holes now. Not sex holes, but And,
I mean, they could be if you tried hard enough.
I mean, you have to really try.
I mean, you could like treat it like a carnival game. Dude could try to bust on them, like hit the bullseye.
No, but that's the thing. They healed up so well, you can barely even see them.
Well,
so
magic marker them.
little bullseye.
10 points. Fuck yeah.
That's actually that's a fun idea. I might steal that.
Go for it. If it's on your OnlyFans, whatever kickback you feel like throwing me, have ass.
That sounds fun.
Just got to find a male talent that really can shoot some ropes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious if you did like you have one camera at normal speed, but you set up another camera with slow mo, so you could try to see the slow mo the load. Just
and set up some sound effects so it dings. Or like an extra loud squirts. Like
I'm surprised no one actually, as far as I know, has done that. Like, the dudes that are like
that.
dudes that like, shoot fucking big old ropey loads. Like, no one's tried to catch it on a slow motion camera.
Like, I feel like how Spider-Man would like blow loads.
Yeah, like the full on webbing. I mean, I guess most people that are filming porn aren't trying to do things that are funny. They're just
like just make sure you don't get it in our eyeball. And even that is a definite hit or miss.
Well, and
literal hit or miss. Usually hit in my experience.
God damn it again.
With the eye, it's just like gooping off of the eyelash. And they're like, okay, say bye to the camera. I'm like, where is it? Bye.
Bonnie, listen to the sound of my voice. Just face the sound of my voice.
It can get rough.
It's a hard knock life.
It was funny. I was with a new guy of mine, and we were doing some like super half asleep morning sex this morning. And he's like, okay, he's like fucking me mission. He's like, okay, I want to come in your mouth. I'm like, okay, but I haven't really sat up yet. Like, you know, I'm still pretty much how I woke up laying in bed.
You just kind of rolled over, rolled in.
So I'm like, okay. And he's like, okay, you ready? I'm like, yeah, okay. And so I try to get up, but I can't like quite lift him, and he starts coming. So I'm like, I just try to like goalie catch it because I can't quite like stoop over enough to get my mouth on it. And by the time he's already blowing his loads, it covered like all a little bit of the headboard. It's like, I tried. I really tried. He's like, I know.
I mean, that's on him. That's on him. Like, when you have a gun, you're responsible for wherever your shot goes.
True.
It is not the target's fault that you missed.
Maybe he should have like come up to my head.
Right. Like, he should have kneeled, like at least got on his knees.
Just like trying to do a sit up and like, no.
Yeah.
No.
He should have just, like, he's in Mish already. He just back out, scoot. Like, basically side control with his dick over your face. And like
that, see? And then I could have caught it all, or most of it, at least.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I feel
he could have done it. Now. He could have done a down tilt and like
I feel less bad now.
Shouldn't feel bad at all. Like, he should know what's up. Some amateur shit right there. I hope you made him do the sheets.
Oh yeah, he'll get that.
Oh, it isn't done yet?
No.
They're all crusty on the bed right now?
Probably.
To find out when you get home tonight, like,
oh yeah, he's gonna get back and like, oh yeah. I mean, it was mostly on my side, so if he wants to be real lazy about it, he could just, make sure he stays on the non-crusty side.
And just make you sleep in this filth?
No, I'm not seeing him tonight, so that's his problem.
Okay.
No, I'm all yours.
Aw. I was just gonna get you drunk and send you home to him.
Nah, he's good.
That's always the worst, is like when you hook up and your partner leaves a horrible wet spot, and then like you get up to use the bathroom and all of a sudden they're on the other side. You're like, motherfucker, you're gonna make me sleep in that, aren't you? God damn it.
I don't usually sleep over, but he lives pretty far, so it's just easier. I gotta get home to my cat, I don't sleep the same without her. That's my main bitch. We've been together for like 7 years. So yeah, I can't sleep without my little fuzzy baby.
Makes sense. And you fucking inviting dudes over, then you have to kick them out.
Yeah, you can leave now. Yeah. Bye. Thanks.
Your job is done. Time to go.
Text me when you get home, and then they text me I got home, and then I'm already asleep.
Right.
I'm like one of those dudes that's like, okay, is your Uber coming?
See, the real move is you called them the Uber. Like, I called you an Uber. It's here already.
Power move.
Like, it's the least you can do. But then again, I occasionally get girls who are just like, you gonna walk me downstairs? I'm like, really? Really? I just can't. You really want me to put pants back on?
Guys are pretty useless for the first 30 seconds to a couple minutes, depending on the sex and then the load. So
I thought you were about to say 30 minutes to an hour, because that's more accurate.
Yeah, really?
After I pop, all I want to do is go to sleep. Like maybe a little cuddle, grab a tit and be like, all right, that was great, babe. Kiss, night. Oh, you're still here? Fuck.
No, gotta hop in that shower, maybe have a snack, and then bedtime. Because there's only a couple of times where the sex was so good, I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm just gonna lay in it. I'm good here. It was good though.
Well, I hope they at least brought you a towel.
No.
No?
So rude.
Right?
So rude. Oh man, I gotta find that meme. I just saw a really funny meme about that. It was like a cartoon. And he's like, when he finishes on you and then you hear the game starting up. And you're just like, I have to find it and I'll send it to you. That was a good one. Damn. Which cartoon was it? I think it was like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. It was real bad, but it was so funny.
Super old school. See, this is why my Xbox is hooked up in my bed. I don't have to go anywhere. I just fire it up right next to you. Like, what's up? You want to play player 2?
Well, at least there you go. That's nice.
It's the least we can do, you know? Everyone got off, you know, play some games. If I'm not going to immediately fall asleep, most likely it's going to be, Matt, wake up. I'm in. I'm playing. I'm here.
Gosh. Oh, I hope my Xbox works. Oof. It's still in my, I have a ton of stuff in storage still, so.
Oh, no.
Yeah. My laptop suffered from the move, so I'm hoping my Xbox is okay.
What'd you do to your laptop? You're not supposed to hit people with it.
I didn't do anything to it. It was in storage, another storage unit for a long time, and then when I tried to turn it on, it just would not turn on. I left it on a charger for like a whole day. Just nothing.
And it wouldn't even start plugged in?
So
PC or Mac?
No idea what happened. A PC. I mean, luckily, most of my stuff lives on Dropbox, but there's some stuff on there I would like. Plus, you can't do everything from your phone.
For sure. I mean, worst comes to worst, assuming the hard drive didn't cache, you can always unplug the hard drive and plug it into another computer.
Oh, okay. That's cool. All right.
That's the nice thing about PCs. Really easy to do that shit. Like on a laptop, it's like generally 4 screws and then like 2 screws to unscrew the fucking hard drive and you're off to the races.
Okay. Plus, I'm getting ready. I ordered my external hard drive because turns out I've got a ton of stuff sitting on Clips for Sale. That's not really doing much. So I figured while I'm still building up content for OnlyFans, I can post it from there for my fans on there who are kind of waiting around for me. There's some real fun stuff on there. So.
Oh, I bet. And your fans are like, doesn't this girl get laid anymore? Where the fuck is the content? Fuck.
It was rough because I was living with family during shutdown, so you can't really do much. I can barely use my Hitachi. So loud. They should make a silencer for it or something because it's just so loud.
You're a fucking adult. They should just have to fucking deal with it.
And there were children about, so.
Hey, sex ed's a thing.
Not that young. Like when I got my boobs done, my littlest cousin, he couldn't even look me in the face anymore. He's just like confused by what's happened to my chest. Like, what? Like,
am I misremembering them? Like, what's happening here?
Well, it's funny because me and their mom and my mom, they're all up. Like I said, the women side of my family's genes are crazy strong. So even when they were babies, they would be like, "Mommy, Auntie, Loni, like what?
Are you adopted?"
They would be very confused by us. So it's cute. It's cute, but
you should just wait till they went to sleep. Like young kids go to sleep at like 6 o'clock, right?
Well, not since they got one of those the virtual reality things.
Oh, you definitely could have just plugged them fucking in and like.
Oh yeah, I guess so, huh?
They would have never known.
Screaming and such on Call of Duty or whatever. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, that might not have been great for your content. Like, why are children screaming in your content?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh no, yeah, that was
children.
Bad.
Children dropping N-bombs. Like, why? Why are there kids dropping N-bombs in the background of your content, Loni?
That would have been real bad. They would have been banging down the door.
Like, what is happening here?
Oh man. That would have been terrible. No. It's cool now. I'm pretty much by myself. I just have to close the door so the cats don't jump up on me. I'm very puzzled by the vibrating objects. Like is that a toy?
Cat toy?
Is that for us? Why are you using it? Like what are you doing?
What's that smell? We got to explore that smell.
Sometimes they'll try to jump on top of me. I'm like, dude, now you're killing my whole vibe. I gotta start over.
No, cat. No, you're killing. No.
It was real bad.
Bad kitty.
It's pretty bad.
This is good kitty. Bad kitty.
I do have one that looks like a cat. It's an Alice in Wonderland vibrator. So it's got the Cheshire.
You got the Cheshire cat getting you off.
Yeah. It's a cute set. It's cute. I think it's out of like 4. Yeah, I never got the other ones, but yeah, I have the Cheshire cat one.
Is there a Mad Hatter one that's like girthy, like the hats?
That would be cool. No, it's just they've got different heads on them. So, and then like the Cheshire cat, and they have different like, I don't know, ribs going down them. So the Cheshire cat is a Cheshire cat head at the top, and then the tail curls around.
That sounds like good times.
It's good. It's also my travel one.
Ever had to explain that one to TSA?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I forget they're in there too. Like one time I had this giant butt plug in there. I wasn't using it or anything. It was like a collector's item I got from a convention, and I forgot it was like in the bottom of one of my purses. And they're like, "What is this?" And I like it was in a little bag and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I actually don't remember. So I open it and I pull it out. And they're like looking at, because this thing is pretty big. So they're looking at me like, how, why? Like, or especially when I'm like coming to and from conventions, because my carry-on has all my toys and my paddles and my DVDs and stuff. So it always sets off the alarms and the lubes and stuff. So yeah, they have to open it in front of everybody, and they're just like, oh my.
I'm amazed they let you on a plane with the toys. Like,
why?
I don't know. You could hijack a plane and just beat someone to death with a giant
That would be hilarious. Not to do spoilers, but did you see The Boys' new season?
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. You guys have to watch The Boys. It's so good. It's so good.
Did you ever read the comics?
No. It's on my list of stuff to get, though. It's definitely on my list because I love My Chemical Romance. So the homeboy really hooked it up. And I heard that there's some really gnarly stuff on there that Amazon like refused to let them film.
Oh, I mean, the comic is real. It is a bit of a departure from, like, the show is a bit of a departure from the comic.
Really?
Yeah, like the comic is almost more profane at times.
Yeah, I definitely got to check that out then.
But not to correct you on error. Gerard Way actually wrote the Umbrella Academy, not The Boys.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to have to say it, but
no,
someone would have called me out in the comments about it. Like, just no. Like, yeah, you're just smiling and nodding for Lottie. I'm like, no, I gotta call it out.
No, that's fine. Thank you for the correction. Don't want to get destroyed by the weebs.
Right? No. He wrote the Umbrella Academy. You poser.
I did watch that in like a day, though. I think, yeah, The Boys, too. I like watched the entire season in like a day.
I haven't finished the new season of Umbrella Academy yet.
It's cute.
It's cute. Well, it's one of those things where, like, I enjoyed the style of the first season a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it was super stylized. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. The overall plot sucked.
I just hate when they overuse time travel. Like, that is such a dumb scapegoat for stuff. Like, oh, you couldn't figure out how to end it, so you're just going to restart it, basically, and act like nothing ever happened. Cool. But that's what I kind of like about the Umbrella Academy. Like, the shit just keeps getting worse and worse.
Like, oh, you shouldn't fuck with time, maybe.
Like, we should know that by now.
See, I'm right there with you with time plot. Pretty much anything that involves time plot, I'm not into, with the exception of 12 Monkeys.
I don't know what that is.
You've never seen 12 Monkeys?
No.
Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, mid-90s, written by Terry Gilliam from Monty Python, directed by Terry.
Oh, nice.
It is dark, super fucked up, and the way they handle time travel is, oh, the past has already happened, so when someone goes back in time to try to change things, that had already happened.
Yeah.
So it's not like the Terminator 2, time travel where like, oh, nothing is written, you can affect the future. No, the future's already happened. So when they go back in time and try to affect change, it actually plays into exactly how it did originally because they went back.
That would have to be. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Oh, I do of course love Doctor Who. So that's because, he's like, oh, I'm not going to affect, Like, he does all the time.
Right?
I haven't seen any of the new ones, though, with the lady as the doctor.
I'm so behind. I haven't watched Doctor Who in forever.
I liked it when it was that, when he was like an old Scottish guy. That was, I think, the one right before he was a woman.
I would have to Google. I will take your word for
That's
it.
a good one, yeah.
Don't come for me. I can't watch everything.
But I'm stoked because, that show on Netflix, Sex Education? I forget the actor's name, but the black boy, the best friend of the main character, he got chosen to be the new doctor.
That's awesome.
Like, what? Oh, so I'm so stoked. And they're still doing seasons of Sex Education. I really dig that show.
But it could have been Idris Elba. Like,
I know. No, he was supposed to be, they wanted him for...
Be James Bond.
Yeah.
But it's just like, give him all the cool British roles.
Yeah, no one's complaining. But I am happy for that young man. Like, that's a really cool... Like,
No, that is super cool.
That's an incredible opportunity. Like,
I'm just an old school Wire fan, so I just wanted Idris Elba to do everything. Like,
never watched The Wire.
There was a pandemic, Loni. How could you have not watched The Wire during the pandemic?
I stuck to a lot of theme movie days, especially with the kids. So, like, they were old enough to watch, like, action-y stuff and, like, certain things. Curses is fine. But my favorite was when we did a Pirates Day. So we watched all the
you watched Pirates?
of the Caribbean.
Oh, I was about to say, you watched Pirates with Jenna Jameson? Wow.
No, they're children. Come on.
I was about to say, it is the highest grossing porn of all time. So,
No. The porn version of Pirates is so good, though. Like,
there's a reason it's the highest grossing porn of all time.
So good. But no. I did, because I was missing Renaissance Fair. So we did a whole thing. We dressed up, because normally I do Pirate Day for Renaissance Fair at the very least. So we did a whole thing. We dressed up. I had my little mug, my everything. And we watched them all the way through in order. And I was drinking. I was going between wine and rum, as pirates do.
As one does, exactly.
That was fun. So I would do things like that, like to keep them entertained, keep me entertained.
You just summed up the wildest part about America right there, which is it's A-okay. They're children. Little action and swearing's fine, but sex? Whoa, no.
Yeah.
I'm not saying saying we should expose children to sexual things. I'm just saying
American things come up. Yeah, but they're still at that precious age where they're not even, they don't care. They run around naked, their little thingies waving around in the air. They play butt tag, they smack each other out. I don't know. That's what little boys do. I don't know, I guess.
Right? They wrestle.
They're not aware yet, of the differences. So like I'll be like getting dressed or something, and they're just not, they're not, it doesn't.
They're not cognizant of it. Like it's not
it's a sexual thing.
Right.
They're just bodies. We're getting dressed. We're having shower. Like,
but that's honestly, if we were better as a society, how it should be in the first place.
Yeah. There's no reason to sexualize these children, but they should be aware of, if they got questions, and, in the unfortunate cases where somebody's being inappropriate with them, they should be able to say no. They should be able to know that that's a bad thing, and they should be able to know how to talk to someone and say, hey, this happened to me and it was not good, and this, all of that. So
100%.
There's a lot of children don't even, when things happen like that, which happens to like a majority of young boys and girls, they don't know until much later. They don't realize until much later, like, even if
that was a bad thing. That was a bad thing, and they don't even realize how it affects them later on. It's very unfortunate that we have to make it such a, you're right, like, oh yeah, you can watch some guy get shot in the face and fuck this and fuck that and fuck you, but no. See one pair of tits. Whoa, no.
No, aren't most people breastfed? Or hopefully.
I'm a 41-year-old man. I still hope to be breastfed. But it's weird as a society that, like, we're A-okay with. You can kill 1 million people in a movie, but one pair of tits, it's rated R.
It's definitely an American thing. It's definitely a religious thing. Because, church loves that violence in the name of God and whatnot. But, like, if you have sex before,
Sex is only for procreation purposes, not for funsies.
Procreation. What a dirty word.
Hey.
That's a lady boner killer right there.
I don't know. I've definitely had some girls be like, breed me.
Oh, well, yeah, the whole fantasy thing. Like, I really think, I really like those bad dragon ones that you can like do an alien insemination.
Yeah, like the egg.
That's a setup right there.
But I've definitely had girls be like, breed me, finishing me. Like,
I mean, in the moment, it's like, oh, yeah, it's hot, whatever. But then
when you're thinking about like, oh, God, I have to carry his spawn for 9 months and then be attached to me for the rest of your life. No, this is why I checked out.
It's like alien.
Yeah.
No.
Shortly after the vasectomy, I was making jokes. I'm like, 90 more days, I can still infect people with parasites. 90 more days.
That's some cringe right there.
Thanks, Loni. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. You're just like, oh yeah, the thought of you impregnating someone, cringe.
Anyone. It's not just you. Don't take it personally, babe.
I'll take it a little personally. A little. I'm the only other person in the room. So I'm the only person with a penis in the room, so I'll take a little offense to it. A little. Just a tad. You're right, but a little offense.
Keep your sperms to yourself, guys.
No. Just anal. It's fine.
I guess that would be the safest way.
Right? I've decided that, like, until I'm fully cleared, I'm not sticking my dick in the vagina. It's all anal and mouths. And I got to see you swallow. Like,
yeah, because I was going to say you could just, like, spit it back.
I don't think that anyone in the history of the world is that desperate to have my children. But knowing my fucking luck in the 90 days before I'm infertile.
You'll catch a crazy.
Yeah, I'll catch a crazy who wants to keep it. Like motherfucker. I just spent crowdfunded money. Because I did go fund me the fucking vasectomy.
Go fuck me.
Hey, I think I delivered value for their money. I filmed it.
Really?
Yeah, it's available on my YouTube.
You're awake, Dirt? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They numb you.
Right.
And they gave me nitrous oxide, and like it was self-administered nitrous oxide, so I like just had a tube that I could
just token on the gas. That's awesome.
In the video, like I even captioned it at one point, like, am I doing pain relief or am I just trying to get high here?
That's so cool though.
And it was real stupid because like you're supposed to exhale through the same tube and it has a port for the exhale. I just kept like it was taking fucking hits. And I like halfway through it, I'm like, oh, I really should be blowing this towards you, Doc. Like you're working on my junk here. Like
could they get secondhand gas?
I don't know, but like
Is that a thing?
I'm like, I probably shouldn't risk it. You're working on my genitals.
Oh man. That's funny because they only got halfway through my procedure, and it turns out that I'm allergic to the anesthesia.
Oh no!
So I was about to like straight up die, and the doctor was like, "Well, wait a minute." So he like finished it up so I'd be even. But they said that I could go back and finish up, but I'd have to be awake for it. So I don't know. That doesn't sound that bad. He said like girls literally just sit there on their phones, you know. But I'm like, I can't even. Like the way that it's described, the process is like, if I saw that, I might.
Just don't look down.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They'll probably put like a sheet.
You don't want to see that.
Yeah, because like
you don't want to see how the hot dogs are made.
For the vasectomy, like they definitely put a sheet between me and.
Okay.
Like, and I was mostly mugging to the camera most of the time. I was looking at the ceiling, like it was not painful, but it was definitely uncomfortable at times. I was just like. Especially when he got the right nut, he started there, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm feeling it in my gut like I've been kicked in the balls." It was like a dull discomfort. I was wincing, and he's just like, "Oh, you feel that?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to." And he gave me some more. Yeah, it was all local, but and then when he did the left nut, he just fucking hit me with some extra, so I felt nothing there.
Okay.
So it's just like,
I feel like that kind of reminds me of when I've heard people describe getting their nipples pierced. Like the first one is like. Okay, and then like your adrenaline's going, but then the second one hurts like crazy.
Ugh.
Because I was thinking about it, but I'm like, that sounds terrible. And like, what if they get caught on something? You know, like I have friends with kids who's got like their dermals pulled out and like all sorts of nar stuff. I don't need any protrusions. You know, my ears are bad enough. My hair gets caught in my earring. This nose ring I'm wearing now, this hoop I put it in myself so it's not closed all the way. So yesterday, one of my wig hairs got around it. It was horrible. I was drunk. I was about to cry, and my nails are too, so I couldn't like. I mean, it's funny now. Like my friends were like, "Calm down, let us help you." I'm like even questioning my nose ring at this point because of that. Like,
well, then don't get your nipples done.
No, I do want another piercing though. Maybe my tongue. That was a fun one.
Did you have that done before?
Yeah, when I was like 16.
Was the trend back then? Like tongue rings, I feel like tongue rings have kind of gone out of style. Like,
yeah, you don't see anyone with tongue rings.
Like the late 90s, early 2000s, like so many girls I know like had the barbell through their fucking tongue, and it was just like, oh, that girl sucks dick. Hell yeah. I've had some really great blowjobs from girls with tongue piercings, and now that I think, like, I haven't thought about it in forever, but like, I can't remember the last time I saw a girl with a tongue piercing.
It's out of style. Most people just have the septums now, I guess, would be the... I noticed belly button rings are coming back, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with that.
And it's like, I heard it doesn't close. So you're just like...
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely know I know some scene chicks from back in the day who just, like, got that hole. Yeah, but
they got holes.
Yeah, they got holes. At least, like, the fucking doing the large gauge plugs fucking went out.
Some people still do it. Not like the huge.
Yeah, like, when was the last time you saw someone rolling around with a hockey puck? Like, that used to be a thing. Like, 10 years ago.
I mean, it depends on what show you're going to.
I mean, they're definitely still out there, but, like, I feel 10 years ago, they were fucking much more common.
Yeah.
It also could be that I'm starkly reminded about all this because I watched the fucking Is Anyone Up documentary today. Oh, Is Anyone Up? It was probably before your time. So it was a revenge porn site. It was the revenge porn site from like 2010, 2011, 2012.
Oh, okay.
Basically, this dude, Hunter Moore, who was like a scene kid, like started off with like scene bands and like scenesters, like, you know, full on scene hair, all that shit.
Good times.
Like posting nudes of their exes.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it was super toxic and really bad.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Oh, it was super fucked up. Hell, because they would also post people's like MySpace and fucking Facebook information with the nudes.
Oh no, so people are like getting harassed and shit. Oh, that's not cool, bro.
Yeah,
they take it down?
Yeah.
Isn't that's like illegal?
So it didn't become illegal until after the site. Because of that site is actually how it became illegal. That's where all the revenge porn laws came from, was that site.
That's fucked. Fucking guy.
Hunter Moore was...
Is he in jail or something?
He did 30 months in federal prison. 30. But not for the revenge porn aspect of it. He was paying someone to hack girls' accounts to get their nudes.
Oh my God. What a fucking dirtbag. Yeah. What a garbage person.
But during the like heyday of the site, fucking Rolling Stone interviewed him, fucking The Village Voice. Because he wasn't anonymous about it. He was out there being like, I'm Hunter Moore, the most hated man on the internet.
Seriously. God.
It was wild to me. I'm watching this documentary and I'm like, they interviewed this one girl. I'm like, I know that girl. I look at my photo, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that girl.
Oh no.
But I mean, I knew her. Like, I got introduced to her. This is how long I've been in porn. I got introduced because she was referred to as the butthole girl on Is Anyone Up? But she started off as like a cam performer. Like, it was all in the documentary, but she would stick things in her side herself for the site for some notoriety. And I got introduced to her because of she was a butthole girl. She's in my phone as Destiny Butthole Girl. I'm like, yep. She's still in my phone.
Oh,
I'm like, I don't even know how I got introduced to her. You know, fucking, this is 10 years ago.
Man, like, anal is so big right now. I'm getting so many messages and stuff like, when are you going to start doing anal? When are you going to start doing anal? And you know what? I just got to say, it's just not really my thing. You know, like, I love cute little plugs and tails and toys and stuff. But I mean, I did start training a few years ago. I was with a couple of guys who made it like fun and like, you know, they knew what they were doing. So that kind of started out like, okay, I can see, you know, how this is a thing. And then I started having these really gnarly, awesome sex streams, which featured a lot of really, now that I'm thinking, impossible anal situations.
Like that butt plug that the security found?
Impossible. But like, I don't know. I don't think you should have to do anal to be popular. You know,
But it helps. No, I'm kidding.
Respect to the anal queens out there. Like, you know, no hate or anything. It's just not really my thing. Well, I mean, I've pegged people. I've, you know, fisted guys. I've been on the other end of it, but it's just...
That shit make you feel powerful?
It's interesting for sure. I mean, I've got small hands, so it's not too gnarly.
I don't know. Those claws don't...
Well, yeah, obviously. I haven't... Yeah, no, when I have shoots with girls and stuff like that, yeah, I clip my claws a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just like, that is a trip to the ER if I've ever seen one.
Oh, yeah, I've already cut myself. So, luckily, it heals fast down there because it's like wet. It's like your mouth. So, it heals fast.
Like, it's just a little tear. It's been torn before.
Oh, yeah, I've had a gnar tear before.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, not cool. That one was not cool. It took me like a full week and a half.
What happened?
This guy I was dating, he just had just like this gigantic, long, thick, gigantic thing. And it was just, and we had been partying. So I was probably like dehydrated as hell and just, nope. It was annoying too, because we were like in the middle of a threesome and I was just like, I was dating the guy at the time and I was like, oh, fine. You guys, I guess, finish up. Call me when you're done. I'll be icing my vag.
That is such a bummer, especially as like probably the only professional in this situation. Like, I got to tap out.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, like if honestly, I have a lot of strict rules about personal group sex. Like on camera, you know, whatever. Who cares? It's, you know,
it's work.
Yeah. But for my personal life, it gets real. It gets real in that bedroom or living room or kitchen or pool or wherever the fuck.
Hallway.
Yeah.
Stranger's courtyard.
You know, people do not know how to act. And I feel like there's an etiquette, you know, to group sex, especially if you're a couple dealing with an outside person or persons. There should be, you know, clearly defined rules. So nobody's feelings get hurt. It's all fun and good. Everyone's safe. But I've been in a lot of situations where it is not good.
Lay down the rules for us. What are Loni Legend's rules of group sex?
Well, my favorite rule is even numbers only. Especially for guys who want to have, I want to bring another girl in. Well, do you have another dick? Okay. Does she like girls? Okay. Because you know, if I'm, it's one thing if, it's real hot. We're going to fuck this girl together. That's one thing. But if it's some chick who's trying to fuck my dude and I'm like, nah, bitch.
So is 2 additional girls good?
Yes. That's perfectly fine. Everyone must be doing something at all times. I have the right to call it at any time. So does my partner. You know, I'd hope everyone involved has the right to call it whenever they want. Everyone has the right to call it. They're not feeling comfortable, whatever. Those are just pretty much my big rules. But it's funny because a lot of my most popular videos end up being 2-girl threesomes, but those are with other professional females. Right. So we all are engaged with each other. You know, it's fun and it's engaging and it's entertaining. But and
people know to play to the camera.
Yeah, it gets different in the bedroom, especially when you're dealing with non-professionals.
For sure. My rule of thumb is always come in the one you love.
That's a good one. I'm adding that to my list.
Like, if you're the odd person out, you shouldn't be fucking finishing with the odd person out.
Okay.
Like, that's how people's feelings get fucking hurt. Like, you're just want to fuck this person, and
you just use this situation as an excuse because you wanted to fuck some bitch,
right?
Like, no, it's no, shut it down.
Exactly.
Or not disrespect me in my own bed,
right? Or have open rules. Be like, yo, babe, I'm gonna go fuck this chick.
Yeah, and then find me a dick, send him over, you know, or something. Like, everyone needs to be doing something. I shouldn't just be sitting in the fucking corner, you know, like, is it really that serious? You really had to fuck this bitch? Like, really? But you know what I do love? 2-guy threesomes when I'm getting a spit roast.
Full on Eiffel Tower? Back to Paris for Loni.
Shit.
So we got to get you an Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Oh my God, right? That would
It was
totally
so romantic.
that would totally make up for my birthday. In the Eiffel Tower.
Ooh, that's risky.
Ooh, I like that though.
I got to Google real quick. Where's the best place to have public sex in the Eiffel Tower? Like, dear internet, help me here. Best.
What are their public indecency laws? You know.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure they're not that liberal about it.
I mean, yeah, it's a landmark, so yeah, I guess they might get a little fussy. I mean, it's not like we'd be full nude. I'd wear like a nice little skirt or something. It's not my first outside rodeo.
Oh my God. There is a HuffPost article. Eiffel Tower, White House, most desired spots for public sex. Oh my God.
Awesome.
That is the first result on Google.
All right, HuffPost, you dirty birds. I see you.
This is from 2012, but the way it starts is a new survey by Durex Condoms found that while 33% of women fantasize about having a sexual rendezvous underneath the Eiffel Tower, 31% of men think about doing it in the White House.
Huh. I guess like what's his Clinton? That's like a Clinton thing.
I mean, I want to like, I'd be down to fucking the Lincoln bedroom.
I feel like they're more like, oh, it's like a huge security thing there. So I guess I could see that. It's more of a risky situation.
Oh my God, apparently this is just a thing. The third answer down. Love is in the air. Eiffel Tower staff ask visitors not to have sex at Eiffel Tower.
Like when you're on the tour, they're like, okay, here are the rules.
Yeah. Having sex atop the Eiffel Tower, just like any other public place, is a violation of the law, so we have to call the police, says the staff. Don't get caught.
Don't get caught is basically what they're saying.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well, I guess now they're going to be on the lookout for me, so.
Oh, man. Oh.
That's awesome. It came up right away. Oh, man. You're awesome out there, people. Whoever
right.
You are. Pioneers. Oh, remember remember that couple who got caught having sex on top of the Giza pyramid?
That's weird.
Yeah.
That is the biggest graveyard to have sex in.
Yeah. It's dusty, like.
Well, just think about it. That is a giant tombstone. That is what
literally
up here it is. That is a giant graveyard you just had sex on top of.
I didn't think about it that way. I'm just thinking about all that goddamn sand.
Yeah. Oof.
Sandy cooch? No. I've had sex on the beach twice.
You didn't learn the lesson the first time?
I was like, maybe this time it'll be.
Definition of insanity, Loni. Definition of insanity.
They were slightly different circumstances.
Oh, okay. We're going with the technicality. All right.
If I'm going to keep my dignity, yes.
You're already on the show. How are you going to keep your dignity? You're already here.
I'm still cute. Whatever. Fuck you.
Okay. Yes. Sure.
Yeah, I got to come up with new insults because usually I'm like, they can eat it. But it's like, yeah, they would love that. Tasty, delicious.
Right.
So I need to like they can choke on it. No, because that's still kind of a cool way to die. So.
I mean, that'd be a funny eulogy. Like, died choking to death on Loni Legend.
I mean, that's a cool ass like tomb. I put that on my tombstone if I, not to brag, but hey.
Would you at least attend the funeral? Like,
oh yeah.
My fault.
I would red carpet that bitch. Like,
my fault.
Yes,
my
I'm
fault.
Here.
I did this. I did this.
I'd have a dope outfit. Oh yeah, I would make a whole thing of it. Bury him with a couple of photos or something. Oh no, I just come by and put like flowers in a photo of myself.
So I think you should just do a little wipe. Just
like pouring one out for the homies,
yep.
but a little cooch wipe.
This is what got him. Oh. This is what got him.
Ghost is gonna just be like, this bitch.
This bitch. It's bad enough I died while she was sitting on my face. She didn't understand that I was tapping out. She just kept riding.
Oh my God. Again, spoiler, the boys. Damn. I gotta go home and rewatch some of that because God damn. Some like iconic deaths. Like I feel like they hit some scoreboards on some of those deaths.
They definitely did. They didn't like some of them they created. Like I want to say it was the opening of fucking the third season. Spoilers if you haven't seen The Boys season 3, but guy inside the penis. That was
my God.
That one was never in the comics.
Oh my God. I was watching it we were watching it for the first time together. And, you know, it reminds me of when the Thanos, the
Ant-Man going into Thanos' asshole.
People have been posting like crazy about it. So like, see, they could have totally done it if Marvel had a different rating.
Yeah, that is definitely not PG-13. Ooh, no.
But dude, it was so gnarly. Like we were like, okay. And then my homie looks over for like a second and I'm just like engrossed in it. And I literally like, I was shook for a good minute. Like I had to pause it and just like, to like, what did I just see?
As a penis holder, I'm like,
yeah. And he was like, what happened? I'm like, he just exploded that guy. And I was like, do you want me to rewind it? Because I kind of wanted to like, I needed to like, what? He was like, no, I don't want to see that.
Well, it's one of those things like, our urethra is not like a vagina. It is not pleasurable to have things in there.
I know some.
I mean, obviously there are some people that are into it. Sounding is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it.
I've seen it done. You know, I used to do a lot more fetish stuff, and you know, no judgment, but you know, I'd be like, okay, let's see how this is done. And it's like, I wish I hadn't seen that.
See, I have a conspiracy theory, by the way, that comes to sounding. I think a lot of male talent's secretly into sounding. Well, it's either that or I have a narrow urethra. Because
don't they do that as like a medical?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, sounding rods are a medical procedure. Like it's like
if you got like hard coming, does the cum come out the urethra? The pee.
Well, the pee comes out through your urethra, but I think both technically come out through the urethra.
So it could get clogged.
Well, it's one of those things where like if you have like chlamydia that was untreated, it can cause inflammation that causes your urethra to fucking constrict. That's like how fucking chlamydia can cause infertility in dudes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I have been. Oh my God! Speaking of
a lot of penis homework for your thing.
No, this is not a lot of penis homework. It was just, I consume a fair amount of porn. I edit people's content. I watch some porn in my life, and it's just like, either my pee hole's just not very big, or just like a lot of male talents into sounding, because I feel like they just have a much wider urethra than me.
Maybe that's what makes them get such big loads.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my loads are average, but I'm not saying
if the hose is narrower, it would come out slower, or
I don't know, like water pressure, like fucking like a hose.
Yeah,
folks, I hate to break it to you, it hasn't come out like a hose in years. I mean, it's not like it's dribbling out, but it ain't like I remember being a teenager and like accidentally almost firing a load over my shoulder, like on my back, just like, oh shit, had to matrix dodge my own fucking load there. That has not happened in a long fucking time.
Hilarious.
It was terrifying at the time. The time is
cut yourself in the eyeballs.
Well, no,
call your mom.
Oh, I thankfully moved.
You would call your dad, but
I thankfully moved quickly. But like, I was just like, oh shit. Like, oh God, it landed on my fucking shoulder.
Oh man, I actually had a load a couple months ago that almost caught me like that. Like, again, it's like missionary, and the guy like pulls out to like come all over me, and that shit was gnarly. Like, it went pachoom, 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 like like a fucking Nerf gun firing off rounds.
Oh no!
Doing the Matrix dodges and shit. I was like legit a little scared. I was like, oh, because it kept coming after the first one. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, just
after you got out of the way, though, did you feel satisfied? Like I did that.
Like, yeah, I was like, that's awesome. He was like, wow. Like, yeah, that was really impressive.
Like, I did this.
Like shaking each other. Like, wow, yeah.
Good game. Good game.
Oh my God, one of my exes, he knew it. Like, oh, it just made me crack up and die. After he would come, he would high five me and go, "Good show, old boy." Because I laugh when I'm like during sex, like if I'm coming in or something. I don't know. I do laugh during. Everyone knows that. They've seen it. We've all seen the videos. But so he would just keep making me laugh. And one time he came me, so I'm just like squirting the cum out because I'm just laughing so hard.
It's like milk out of your nose, but the other end.
Oh, fuck that guy though. He sucks.
X for a reason, right?
Yeah, but that was funny. Like every time.
See, at least he's been memorable. Like at least like he's a piece of shit, but I'll always remember him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We all have some of those, you know.
True.
I would rather be a memorable, horrible person than like, did I fuck that dude? Like,
actually, I've got a lot of those. Well, no, it's more so that I don't remember their names. I even like for like a few months I was banging this guy and it just became too late to, you know, ask. And I would wait, like he would introduce himself to people and I'd be like, oh, but it never came up. Or I'd be like drunk and not paying attention. So just, it never came up.
See, y'all should have just become Facebook friends and then be like, oh, like, hey, add me on Facebook. Like, hand him your phone and be like, add me on Facebook.
Only some of the homies have my Facebook because it's got, well, part of my real name.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, I've had it since like around when MySpace ended. So,
well, I'm just saying, turn around and block him afterwards, but at least you got his name for the short term.
Well, I mean, does it matter at that point then?
Well, in the interim, when you're still fucking him,
it doesn't come up, honestly.
This is how stupid we are as dudes. We're like, oh, she'll fuck me? It's cool. Like,
yeah, no, it doesn't come up.
Oh, that just reminds me of like how much of a piece of shit I've been in the past, where it's just like, there was a good time in my 20s where like a lot of my partners were just referred to by Jolly Pirate nicknames. I
do nicknames too, but usually it's like from where they live or something.
Well, like there was this
or
one,
where we met.
Well, that's how they're in my phone. Like to this day, I'll still like if I meet a girl in a bar, it's girl's name bar I met them at. To this day, that's never changing.
That's good reference. I mean, that way you remember at least. Yeah.
Well, and in the modern era, I'm smart. I take a like, yo, girl, let's take a picture, and then it's profile picture, so I know exactly who I'm fucking talking to.
That's a good one.
But
I only just learned, unfortunately.
Back in the day, like, yeah, there was this one girl I was seeing for a minute. Like, it was a minute. I don't remember her fucking name. Like, and this possibly could be considered a relationship. Hell, she invited me over at one point and cooked me dinner. Like, what are we doing here? And I responded with, mouthful of pot roast. Like,
Oh.
I don't remember her fucking name. But, like, she was a travel nurse, so I just referred to her as all my friends as the nurse. And, well, that completely ended when she called me one night when I was kind of drunk. Had her on speaker because I was just drunk. And one of my guys was driving me home. And I have her on speaker and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm drunk. She's like, oh, you want to come by? I'm like, oh, I'm not nearby. I was like, I was in fucking Wisconsin, like drinking. I lived in Chicago at the time. It was not like it's far.
I'm like, okay.
No, I didn't randomly go to Milwaukee, from LA to.
That's how drunk you got.
Woke up in Wisconsin. Oof, that was a bender. My guy's like, oh, who's that? I'm like, oh, it's the nurse. And she's like, excuse me? What did you just say?
It's not offensive. I don't know. You could have said something much more.
Yeah, but it's like, apparently, you know.
Like you could have had her and there's like a weird sex thing she does.
Yeah, that whole thing was the wild days of the internet because I met that girl and so OkCupid still exists, but back in, God, this has to be like the mid to late 2000s, they had a site called Crazy Blind Date where you basically, like, this is a recipe for murder.
I mean, crazy is in the name.
Yeah,
so.
But you basically picked a neighborhood and picked a time you're available, and they'd just be like, you just go on a blind date with someone.
Yeah, that's how you get murdered.
I had a lot of fun with it. I literally fucked everyone I met on there except for one person, and that was by choice. Like, that girl I fucked on the first date, like, and it was one of those things where, like, it was pretty funny because we met up at a bar, drinking, we were having a good time, and she's like, oh, do you want to come back and have some more drinks at my place after last call? I'm like, yeah, sure. She's like, we're not fucking tonight. I'm like, that means we are.
Yeah.
No, I said it, though.
No, yeah.
I said it, though.
I mean, you caught her in her little, I don't know. It's like, I never do this. It's like, come on, bitch, shut up.
Yeah,
You don't need to do all that.
That means we are. She's like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, I never brought up sex. If you're saying that means we are. Like, no, we're not. Like, we go back to her place. She pours drinks. Like, I'm just chilling on the couch. She comes back out with no pants on. I'm like, I told you. I told you. That means we are. And then another girl I met on it. Like, we didn't hook up on the first date because, like, I specifically made plans. Like, you always want to give yourself outs on these. Because if it was a shit show, you want like, oh, I have other, like, wasn't supposed to be a whole fucking, it's a blind date. So, like, I had plans to go see Watchmen. I'm like, we had a good time. Like, yo, we should do this again. Like, I had plans to see Watchmen, but, like, the second date, I was completely on. And then the third one of those I did, went out to a bar with a girl, and, like, I was just not feeling it. Like, just some of the shit this girl said was just wild to me. It's like, oh, I don't watch movies with sequels because my daddy says sequels suck.
That's a hell of a lot of red flags in one sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, damn, bitch. You just told me your whole life story and why I won't be sticking my dick in that crazy.
Right. She still got me back to her apartment. I
mean, you are a man.
Well, she's a pastry.
Your dick.
She's a pastry chef, and she's like, I have cake that I'm like, yo.
So you got in her van.
Yeah, like full on candy van to me. Got up to her apartment, like had the cake. The cake was red, like marzipan, like fucking. She's a good pastry chef, and like we messed around a little bit, and then she's just like, "Oh, I shouldn't do this." I'm like, "You're right," and I put on my shoes and I left.
Good for you. Cake and all.
Yeah, like got my cake, got out the door, dick dry as hell, and she texted me like, "Don't hate me because we didn't hook up." I'm like, "No, that has nothing to do with it." Like, I very much know that like you were down and you just wanted to like. Oh, I shouldn't do this. Like, you invite, like, but I'm like, I took you as your word and I ran. Look, I ran. But,
cake in hand.
Oh, yeah. All the red flags, and especially in like 2008, 2009. She's like, I don't own a TV. Like, it's like, you're okay.
So, yeah. You just literally brought me up here for cake and vag.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
cake and cake.
Cake and cake. Got the cake I wanted, didn't get the cake I didn't want. Perfect night. Fucking weird story I'm telling almost 15 years later.
Well, there you go. At least she was, like you said, memorable.
Right? Like all three of those girls are memorable. And because I have their numbers in my phone, occasionally at least two of them pop up as people you may know on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Like, nope. And the other one is like profile picture in a wedding dress. I'm like, oh, well, shit. I fucked up the one where like we didn't hook up on the first day. On the second one, I fucked that up. I definitely fucked that up. Nice girl, but at the point where like we'd been hooking up for a while and we went out on a date that was just fucking miserable. She took me to some fucking jam band. I was not feeling it, like some hippie jam band, and I was just super not feeling it. And I was like, when we got back to her place, she's like, "Yeah, I was talking to one of my coworkers. I'm just taking a month off from sex." I'm just like,
after you took me to that crap ass band, now you mention it.
Yeah, and like
a little rude.
Like, if you feel
she could have given you an out then, like, are you enjoying the band? Yeah, we could do this other thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a weird thing to like get back to her place and then her be like, I'm not doing this. Like, it was some weird girl test to like see if like I was just there for sex or.
I mean, you met through a random ass app.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that. I hate it when people play games. Like, come on, dude. If we met, okay, depending on their circumstance, we met through this literally crazy ass app.
Right.
What are you expecting here? Trying to find a husband? Like, what is your end game here?
And I wouldn't have been, she was a cool chick. I wouldn't have been opposed, but like be straight. Like at the point where it's just like, in all reality, I felt a little bit rejected.
Yeah, like, hey, she could have been like, I like hanging out with you, but I'm not having sex right now. We're going to this shit-ass jam band. That's the plans for the night. Or it's just, you would have had a chance to be like, okay or no. But then that way you're kind of expecting this thing and then it doesn't happen and it like, you feel a little tried, no?
Yeah, well, it was just like, I felt like, oh, okay, she doesn't want me. Like, like, in an ideal world, like
making an excuse like you didn't have a good time and then like she's trying to be nice and saying she's not,
Or, I mean, as I said, I think my honest opinion was that like she thought that we were just fucking and like she wanted more and wanted to see if I'd stick around when, like, no, if she'd just been like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, I don't want to just fuck you.
Exactly. Just say what you want and people will respond yes or no. But, it's the quickest way to, then you can be like, okay. Everyone has a chance to say their piece and make their opinions heard. No one has to get hurt and no one has to prolong what's just not going to happen.
Exactly. And it might have happened if she had been upfront about it. But at the end of the day, like, my feelings were like, oh, you don't want me. Okay. Well, then I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Like, aw. Like, I thought we were both enjoying the fuck out of, the marathon sex sessions we were having. If that's not the case, well, ouch.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, happens.
It's okay. If that had worked out, we would not be sitting here right now because I probably would still be living in Chicago, probably working some dead end job. Like, I would have never been in the industry. Like,
oh wow,
yeah, like this is like 2008.
I guess things happen for a reason.
Oh yeah, no regrets, but
we're in the main timeline.
yeah, the alternate timelines are all weird.
I can basically lucid dream, and they say that part of that is actually some of your dreams are, your subconscious trying to like figure shit out, but also you can tap into your other alternate selves in their universe. So when you die, that's your other timeline ending, and you wake up, from a dream where you like die in a dream or something. You're waking up and that timeline has ended.
Dope. I don't think I die in dreams very often, so I think I
die a lot. I know I'm the main timeline but I'd be able to control. I can lucid dream on some of my like easier going ones where I'm like, I can do like extreme parkour. I can mount a whole building in a second, or like if it's a scary thing, I've faced almost all my nightmares. Because if you just like look at that sumbitch and you don't like, you're like, okay, if you're gonna kill me, bro. If it does, because technically if that isn't its own consciousness, then if it kills you it dies when you stop dreaming about it. So normally the scary things will just kind of blow past you. Real freaky deaky stuff. My mom was super into dreams and astrology and stuff, so I've read up on a lot about it over the years. So I've gotten to a real neat place with it. I can even summon her sometimes if I think about it real hard enough.
That comforting, good for you? Like,
it actually really is. Like at first, it was really, really sad because my dreams are so realistic that I'm like actually thinking like, I'm good. This is life. So we're good.
I didn't really super want to bring this up, but like, I guess for context for your audience, your mother has passed.
Oh yeah. My mom passed in 2018. Yeah, real sad. Miss her every day. She was real young too. Bipolar disorder takes, a lot of lives early on. It runs in my family. I don't have it, thankfully, but that's what took my grandmother, her mother, as well as several cousins. It's a real plague, and
so you didn't get the tits or the bipolar.
Maybe that's where the bipolar
it lives in the tits.
That's fucked up. That's kind of funny. Oh, damn.
We figured it out. Science, maybe.
Maybe. Makes sense. I mean, damn. Ooh, that one was dark.
Welcome to A Now We Drink. We occasionally make dark jokes around here. Loni, no, you know me.
Funny, no, that's pretty funny.
Actually. You know me. You know I'm going to make inappropriate jokes. You know.
No, yeah. I've at first it was hard. Obviously, she pretty much raised me herself. We obviously had a huge falling out. Well, not obviously, but we had it as one does when one leaves college to do porn. We had a huge falling out for years. And then one year she's just like, yo, I'm ready to accept, what you do. You made a choice. You're an adult. You seem to be doing well enough. I was actually thinking about going back to school at the time, finishing up my degree. I'd almost gotten into this really good education master's program, and it was going to be this whole thing. And then gone right before Easter, right before she was supposed to come out. So that was a shock to all of us for sure. But, I'm glad I stayed in LA because fuck Maryland. I hate it so much.
Hey, fuck Maryland. MP, I say this all the time to everybody, like, who are you living life for?
Exactly. I was honestly just doing it because I thought that's what she wanted, and I was having a hard time out here in LA. I was struggling with my shoots. I was struggling with myself, really. I was probably, what was that, like 4? Yeah, so I was just turning 21, 22, just really getting into who I am as a grown-up.
No shade or anything. You were a bit of a shit show at times. Mm-hmm. We've definitely hung out sometimes, and you've been a bit of a shit show.
Oh, man. I still get the, hey, do you? Nope, I didn't. Hi. Nice to meet you again. Now, this. Think about this. Don't think about that.
Yeah.
But, I feel like everyone kind of goes through that, coming of age. You got to get through your teenage rebellious bullshit,
Well, and especially in this industry, because this industry definitely will enable some bad habits out of you.
Oh, yeah. It's all about, it's big on the partying. It's big on the whole party girl vibe, which I definitely already was, doing well by myself. High school was some fun times.
I mean, we met at like essentially an industry party event. Like we met like Spearmint Rhinos, Dames and Games, Topless Sports Bar and Grill.
Oh, that was still when I was doing some feature dancing and stuff too. So yeah, those were some times for sure. Oh.
Yeah, it's like this is not technically your first appearance because you were on some of the Dames and Games like episodes like when we were doing them live there, but like this is your first real appearance on the show. But yeah, we definitely had some shit show nights like at Dames and Games.
Oh, Dames and Games gets real wild. I missed those times though. I was just looking at, because my birthday was a couple weeks ago, so of course Facebook is like, oh, here's your memories, and it posted up one of the times also with my buns. we were doing they did the lip singing and the topless karaoke.
Yeah, actually I was about to text you some of the pictures because some of those pictures from one of those events popped up on my shit too. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, it's around Loni's birthday. Like,
it was my birthday. I think it was.
Yeah.
It was the weekend. Yeah. Even.
Yeah. Yep.
I hope to think I did a good performance. They didn't just let me win because it was my birthday. Or no, I got second place.
Yeah.
I got second place.
Alex
fucking killed it.
Alex Harper took first.
Mm-hmm. Fucking killed it. Actually, we were just about to shoot together.
I love Alex. I haven't talked to her in forever. Like,
she's a doll.
She moved back to the Midwest, and like I just kind of lost contact, and like I don't, love her to death. Was a frequent guest on the show. Love Alex.
Great performer. Like when she got it, she got boosted. She was a Spiegler for a while.
Yep.
She was doing really well. I'm so proud of her.
She chose as I may be wrong. I may be speaking out of school, but from what I understand, she chose to leave Spiegler to do like wilder content because she wanted to do it.
Yeah, she was fun to shoot with.
Yeah. Spiegler was like, I'm not sure this is good for your career. And she's just like, deuces, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do this wild shit.
Her boyfriend, Kevin, does the shooting for her. He's the filmographer, photographer. Great guy, great filmographer, great photographer. So I'm looking forward to when we can actually make that trip. Because honestly, it'll just be nice to see them.
Yeah. Hey, if you see them before I do, tell them hey from me.
I shall. Great peeps.
There were so many good memories involved with the Dames and Games shit. A lot of bad memories too, but a lot of good memories. Like,
be like that.
Well, it was one of those things where like I loved everyone I did those shows with. I did not particularly care for the people that were producing the shows.
Well, that happens.
Yeah.
And sometimes the other models, like who were fighting the porn girls, they got a little aggro. Remember when Priya fucking broke her leg?
Yeah.
Like, what? That was not necessary.
Yeah, well, Kellyanne Take Rage, I stopped referring girls for it. Like I referred two girls for it, and after both times they were put in there with people who really like it wasn't fun. It was like my friends got the shit kicked out of them.
It was supposed to be, I thought, like when Kimchi did it and when, the homies did it, they had a little bit of training beforehand. They were already kind of more physical, athletic girls, but yeah, I never did it. And nails I'm not trying to get busted in the face.
Well, like when it was like they put two performers.
Oh, Misty did one too.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
But like when they put two performers together, like they put Nikki Huntsman and
oh yeah, that was a good one.
yeah, it's like it's like they're giving each other love taps.
It's more, it's still fun, but it is still the whole physical portion. Because I mean, I did a shoe with Misty that was like a lady boxing situation. Actually, even a couple months ago, I did a lady wrestling, like a bikini. It was called the Bikini Brawl.
Nice.
That was cool. That was at some horse track, but it ended up being really fun.
Yeah.
So that's, it's not to spoil, but it's, more choreographed. It's like more, prepared that rather than you're just like literally duking it out with some bitch.
Yeah. Literally one of my friends got fucking sat down with a punch. Like she got cracked in the face so hard that it sat her down. Like,
and it's like, those girls were also like, they were dancers, I think, but it's like, this is the money, babes. We can't be all fucking busted and shit. Like, I get like, yeah, it was a decent prize, but it's like, is it worth all the bloodshed and the bruises?
It wasn't like your fucking rate, a boy-girl rate. It wasn't even that.
No.
So
no.
As I said, after like referring to people that like told the promoter like both times, like these girls don't really know how to fight. Don't put them in there with someone who's, and both times they got the shit like.
I think you're right too about the producers. I think that was what ended it. Was what ended the relationship between us, was that they were having beefs with the venue or something, or the people trying to run it. So, it was fun while it lasted.
I mean, pretty much the last one I did was like February of 2020 anyways.
So like, yeah.
It was like a month later, the world shut down.
Yeah.
And I had a falling out with, one of the bookers, like during COVID on other projects, and promptly was like, "Nah, fuck yourself. Like, you've been pulling shady shit forever. Like, I don't want to do business with you anymore."
You know what I wish they would bring back? Porn star karaoke.
I know, it just needs a good venue because like they tried to do it at the one spot in Burbank for a little while.
Good Night.
Yeah, the Good Night for a little while there.
But that's already like that place is a karaoke bar every day, so they're always doing something there. So it's a little hard to get the space, but that's actually the last thing I ever went to before shutdown. It was literally the week before because we were supposed to do St. Patrick's Day there, I remember. So that's a real bummer. I wonder if if we could just find the right venue, that would be tight. Because it was such fun. Like all sorts of different people would come out each time. Like, I mean, in the place that Sardo's was, they changed. Like I just went there because a new Italian place opened next door. Oh my God, so fucking good. So fucking good.
Oh, I'm always looking for good Italian in town. Like
it's called Maz.
What type of Italian?
Is there a type?
Oh yeah, there's definitely types. Are you kidding? There's definitely types of Italian.
Well, my roommate, who's Italian from Chicago, suggested it. So I went there on a date last week, and it was so fucking good.
Well, if your roommate's an Italian from Chicago, I will probably like it.
I'm pretty sure.
As a fat guy from Chicago.
If that's what you're asking me, yes, you can take me to Maz. But I'm saying it's right next door to where Sardo's was. And another place has already taken its spot. But like, even when we were still going and doing porn star karaoke there, they changed the owners like 4 different times or something, So
I mean, if we had a good crowd for it, I may have a venue I could pitch it to. But we'd have to like guarantee people are going to show up for it. And I love that you just low-key asked me out, Loni. Jesus. All right.
I mean, the food was that good.
Oh, wow. Wow, Loni.
No,
wow.
You shit. It's been so long since we've seen each other. That would be nice.
You're like, I want a good meal, and I'll tolerate you.
Also, all of those things. No.
I'll tolerate you for a good meal. I mean, I know you're buying, so that's cool.
No, it would be fun.
You're like, no, I'm not buying.
Also, yes, no, we can split it, but yes. It would be fun.
It's okay, Loni. If you're buying, I'll put out.
I don't think that was part of the problem. Oh, yeah, I'm calling you a slut. Not slut shaming, mind you.
Well, I just wasn't going to bring that up, but yes.
Oh, like, what's her face? Like, we're not having sex.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be in the parking lot. I
mean, if it's a good Italian meal, no, we're not having sex. We're going to be too fat and like just
also kind of.
Girl, I
They
would.
are really big portions.
Girl, I would fuck the shit out of you right now, but I just.
I think
my chest hurts.
There's a meme from, I think, Xena, and they're just like, they're all sexy, but they're all passed out. They're like, after hitting the buffet.
Yeah, like a good Italian meal should hit you like that. Like, I don't understand how they're still Italians. Like, how are they getting their fucking on? Like, all you have is Italian
They
food.
probably have sex before.
Oh, they use the carbs to replenish.
And then nap.
Yeah. Coffee's really big there. So, like,
Oh, well, that's
they just, like, have some coffee.
good.
A big bowl of pasta afterwards to replenish. Yeah, that makes sense.
Balance.
I mean, I still have to have sex in Italy at some point.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't think. Oh, yeah, we went to Italy, but I don't think we banged.
When she says we, not Loni and I.
No,
Like,
Kimberly and I.
I mean, I drink, but I don't remember going on an Italian vacation with you.
Because we definitely hooked up in Hawaii. We definitely hooked up in.
Once again,
Egypt.
not Loni and I.
Yeah, I don't think we hooked up in Italy or in France because we were.
Loni needs to specify who this is because it is not me.
For Kimberly Chi and I, she was my travel buddy for those.
I love it. Like I'm the only other person in the room, Loni, and I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, not the Rowie. Kimberly Chi and I.
I'm still like, what? My dick's had adventures I don't remember. I mean, that's actually that has happened.
We
But
put it in our carry-on.
oh, I need that. I need that. But yeah, I've not had sex in Italy. I've had sex in Spain. Fuck, Spain the only place in Europe I've had sex.
What a waste.
I know, it's a giant waste. I've been to a bunch of other European countries. Oh, fuck, I've only had sex in Spain. At least I've had sex on the continent.
A Spanish person?
No, a dumb American. A dumb and really regrettable American.
That sucks. I'm sorry, that sucks.
No.
Like, you go to get the fruits of the country.
I agree. I instead got really drunk in my...
I hear Spaniards are beautiful.
Oh, some of the Spanish women are stunning. Like, one of my porno crushes is a Spanish performer. So, like, because at this point in time, like, I pretty much watch Europeans because I'm not into, like, jerking off to my friends.
I know, right? I only watch cartoon stuff and hentai.
It's European performers and people I've actually had sex with. Like, that's, yeah.
You like that for later?
Yeah, well, it's like one of those things where, like, oh, I mean, they're hot. I know what they feel like inside.
So it's like nostalgia.
Yeah, it's a nostalgia rub. I mean, and that's generally not the go-to, but it's like, if they pop up in the feed, like, oh, yeah. I remember what that was like. That was good times. Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of European performers, but like, yeah, one of the Spanish performers is definitely like, muy caliente.
No, I can't wait to go back to Europe. I've got a lot more European fans now, so that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
But I also worry about the whole anal aspect.
You don't have to.
I don't want them to think I'm weak sauce.
Who cares what their opinion is? It's your body. If you're not comfortable with it, don't do it.
Right? Because that's how you bleed through the anus. Unprepared anal sex is not cool.
Unless they're into that. I definitely had a partner who was into that.
That's some rough booty.
I mean, the heaviest bottom I've ever been with. Like, literally, like, we'd have some really rough sex, and I'd stop halfway through, like, are you actually into this, or are you doing this because you think this is what I'm into? She's like, no, I'm actually into this. I'm like, okay, just double checking, because, like, I can be a little bit of a sadist, but I'm not a full-on sadist. At least I don't think I am. I don't think I am.
You never think you are.
You never think you are. But yeah, this girl, like, we definitely on a couple occasions, like, got home drunk from the bar and she's just like running my ass. I'm like, okay. I just kind of spit on her asshole and put it in.
Now, one of my favorite friends and also male performers, he was a self-proclaimed sadist, but he was always like very like I'm a self-proclaimed sub, but like not necessarily a pain slut. I like the role play. I like the dress up. Not really big on impact, but I like ropes and choking. So like more, I don't know what you call that.
Like being constricted.
Yeah. So he tried to get me to start some anal training, and like I was happy to let him do pretty much whatever he wanted. But we never really got into it. He has some other subs that were really, really good girls. And I was like, I used to get so jealous. It was so stupid. But no, he was, he was, yeah. But I think because I liked him so much, I was super into it. I almost was collared by him. I almost like moved with him and everything. It was like going to be a whole thing. But he didn't like cats. And
Deal breaker.
I just got kitties, so
yeah, you can't.
And he had a cute little beagle, but then he got this gigantic dog, and I was like, no, there's no way.
One, you can't choose dick over your children.
You can't. I mean, before, like he's like one of my oldest industry friends, honestly. Sergeant Miles. I think he's currently. We used to shoot all the time in this Portland company, but I know he's been traveling. So yeah, y'all look him up. He's a great bite performer, real good daddy, real good master status, real good rope guy. The last place that I visited him, he had like a cute little dungeon set up for films, running a model house. So
nice.
I've never been collared. I've always liked the idea of it, but I guess I just never found the right guy, because that's a big commitment. People don't yeah, it's cute to wear your chokers and your whatever, but any choker or collar I've bought myself, because it's just how I identify, and I think it's fucking hella cute. But I don't know, lately I've been getting more interested in the idea of, I've been back on my FetLife, so I'm like getting more interested in the idea of taking on like a daddy or a master, because that's always been like, I've got a big checklist I've had since. You don't want to know how long. Oh,
I want to know. Obviously, I want to know. Like, why? In what world would I not want to know, Loni? Come on.
Like, how long? I was very sexually progressive growing up. I think I had my first on purpose masturbation instance when I was like 5 or 6.
Wait, people have accidental masturbation?
Yeah. Like you're taking a shower, or you're like in a lake. And I don't know, you get a tingle, something like.
Still on purpose. That's still on.
Well, no, you like jump in, or something brushes up against you and you get a tingle. It's not, I shouldn't say accidental, I guess, not purposeful. But then you're like, oh.
Oh, well, I can't give myself blue balls here. I got to finish.
I guess it's easier for girls because we don't have like a load in the same way.
It's true. That's true.
No.
It just evaporates into fairy dust.
Well, it leaks down the leg a little, but
I'm aware. And against my balls and
in the butthole.
Yep. I don't know if I've ever shared this with the class, but like the first time I hooked up with the squirter and like it fucking shot against my balls, I'm like, what the fuck was that? She didn't warn me. I was like 21 and like she didn't warn me, and we're just bop, 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 sploosh. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like,
oh my God. Oh man, I have a really good squirting story, but I can't tell.
Why not?
Well, because I mean, now that I'm saying it's got to be obvious, but like they did it we shot it as if I was an unknown. That was the whole fantasy they were trying to sell, so I can't really give away more than that.
Well, you can tell the setup without naming any names.
Okay, yeah, because it was gnarly. Okay,
yeah.
So it was this couple, right? And they're like, okay, they do base. See, I can't give any details.
Well, no.
Okay, I'll just tell you about just the squirting.
Yeah, just the squirting. You don't have to be like, well, so it happened in Bangalore, Maine in 1996.
I was 1 year old, sir. 1996.
Jesus Christ.
Did I just age you a little bit?
Yeah, thankfully.
Sorry.
Thankfully, you're not old enough to like been my child. Like I wasn't sexually active. I wasn't sexually active till 96, but or 97. Close. Just like a little close, but that's a different story, because I've talked about that on air when like I've been hired in non-sexuals to like play people's fathers. I'm like, oh shit, I could have actually fathered you. Like that's been a weird experience for me.
So basically,
I derailed you. Sorry.
This broad, she's probably skinnier than me, nice big boobs, And they're like, okay, we finally get to the sex part of the whole thing. It's a threesome with her hubby. And they're like, okay, go sit over there and play with yourself. I'm like, okay, cool. It's a live show, so it's like, okay, cool. And she and him get up and do their reverse count. Is it reverse when you're facing the camera?
Girl, you're the expert.
I should know, right?
Right.
I always forget.
Well,
so cowgirl's when you're facing each other, but reverse is when you're both facing the camera.
Correct. Well, correct. I mean, ideally, yes. Ideally, yes. I mean, you could, in theory, shoot reverse cowgirl over the dude's shoulder and like see the ass, like because that position does happen. But it's
cowgirls when you're facing each other,
right?
Reverse cowgirls when you're facing the same.
Correct.
Do it that way. So.
Yeah. Camera placement doesn't always happen for normal people, Loni.
More clear. Okay. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah. And she just starts going, and I'm like, blasted like a fire. I'm like, like I audibly gasped. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm still trying to like go, and I start slipping. And then she keeps going and going. And this bitch, I have never seen anyone squirt with such volume and pressure, like a fire hydrant.
That one's pee. That one was pee.
I don't know.
That was all Pedialyte.
And it was like 4 blasts, and I'm just drenched. Like I'd literally stepped out of the pool, and I'm like, for a second, I'm just like, because it's coming at such inconsistent intervals. I don't know when to expect the next one. She's not doing, the porny, like, oh, I'm gonna, thing. So I'm just like, oh, wiping my face off, and then another one hits me. And I'm just wearing this big old wig with all this hair, and I'm just like, I'm just wet. I'm just soaked. And so I'm like, and then we start to wrap up because, that's another detail I can't share. We're wrapping up. And I'm just like, bye. That was crazy. I've never been engaged in a squirt so powerful.
It's like you're on a fucking water ride at Six Flags.
I wish I could tell you. Six Flags, I got nothing on that. I could barely get out of there with a sprinkle, okay? But
were your shoes making this as you walked away?
Taking the shoes off.
That is the worst thing after water rides.
Oh my God, it takes so long to dry. As is the squirt. The end.
The end.
Once upon a squirt.
A Loni Legend story. Once upon a squirt. It's the name of your autobiography.
Actually, it's the name of a series of videos I wanted to start to do.
Well, then why aren't you doing it?
I haven't had a location or camera or the funds to hire some of the performers I wanted to. Some people are willing to do it for content, but not everybody.
I feel like the quality folks you got to pay.
Oh, yeah.
The people that just want to fuck you were like, yeah, we'll do content. Like, they just want to fuck you.
Those are some of the better ones. I have hours of content from one performer who was just like, yeah, rather than like, okay, let's do this, like this, and this. Like, it's the difference of like maybe 30 minutes or an hour of film to like hours of usable content. Fun.
I know what OnlyFans super amateur shit sells.
Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe for sure.
Well, I edit some people's OnlyFans content, so it's just like, on one hand, I cringe. I'm like, but I would have done this such different angles, like the lighting. But I know it sells.
But the iPhones have some the newer, like mine is the X. No, mine is the one right after the 8. And that's when they started putting on the really cool like portrait mode and stuff for.
But at the end of the day, generally, if you don't have a shooter, it's a static shot, or 2 static shots.
Well, I mean, if you have those ring light stands, those kind of make up a little bit of the difference.
Right, but if you have a professional shooter, that the angle's moving. And,
there's no comparison to having a.
Yeah, I mean, you could obviously we are professionally lit on 2 static shots right now. Like, it's doable, but my lights aren't cheap, but
Yeah, they're big too.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got the umbrella ones, but mine's are like super little tiny baby ones. They just sit on a little, like kind of like smaller, like this is not even this. Is his I'm pointing to his camera.
Just pointing at the tripod that's holding my camera. Yeah. For anyone
I
who's
got a really good deal on it from Amazon, so I mean,
no, it was one of those things where like I probably went a little overkill with my lights for what I do on the regular. Like, yes, these lights could definitely be used on a real set. I'm for anyone who's curious and you want to Google it, I use Godox UL 150s. So
I'm looking at myself in the camera.
Loni does not care about me geeking out about the specs of the show.
But
Okay.
I like how I look at them, so
That's the goal.
Promotional thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the tech stuff, but as the model, as the speaking person.
The guest. You are the guest.
Yeah, I'm almost done with this bottle of wine, so I'm getting a little.
It's okay. I've dealt with you drunk before.
Yeah, this is nothing close.
Oh, I know. No, I've dealt with you real drunk before.
Real drunk.
Real.
I'm a very tiny person, but I can intake a lot.
I'm also painfully aware.
Multiple.
I've picked up some of our bar tabs. I'm painfully aware.
I'm pretty good now, though.
Why?
Because, I don't know. Why not?
Fair.
I mean, it doesn't help to get, like, super stupid wasted because, like, I like to remember some of the nights. And I noticed, I did actually have a realization. Sometimes I was doing anxiety drinking. I'd be in a place that I wasn't, like, familiar with or something, so or didn't know many people, so I would just be sipping constantly. So I'd always have my hands and my mouth busy so I didn't have to have weird conversations with people.
No, I have definitely observed that shit firsthand.
Yeah. So that's how a lot of and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh. Wow.
I've definitely observed that firsthand.
But I realized it for myself, so I think that's
maturity. That's growing up.
So I mean, I know not to, drink as fast. So I can enjoy it.
Well, and also, you opted to go with wine tonight instead of hard liquor, which in the past, you definitely would have gone with hard liquor.
Oh, yeah. Tequila is my friend. Which is weird because so many people are so against tequila. But you would think in LA, like, we're right next door to where it's made. Like, why wouldn't you drink tequila?
Some people aren't into the taste. And also, a lot of people aren't from here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess so. Huh? So they're like, what? Going to drink vodka? I don't know.
Hey, I'm a whiskey drinker.
Whiskey or tequila? Sometimes rum, because my favorite bar, the Blue Room, makes real good mojitos because they use that fresh mint.
Ooh, muddled fresh mint.
Ooh. They grow it right in the bar. Or, not in the bar, obviously.
They could be like hydroponicking some mint in the fucking bar. That'd be really dope if like they had a hydroponic indoor setup and they just clip the mint and put it right into your drink. That'd be dope. That would be dope.
They would have it more because the past few times they were like, oh, you ran out. I'm like, but I love it. Actually, that's where I'm going to go tomorrow. They're doing their jazz nights again.
Oh, sick.
So it's on Tuesdays now, though, instead of, I think it was Wednesdays before.
That is fucking dope.
You want to come through?
Let me, actually.
And they've got a new wing people that sit in the parking lot. Like a taco truck, but wings. My homie says they're the best wings he's ever had.
Folks, you're hearing it. Loni Legend is trying to like take me out on the regs. I don't like. I guess she's making up for lost time. Like
trying to. Why are you making it so hard?
I mean, I'm the penis holder. Isn't that my job?
Well, I'm technically the penis holder.
Fair point. Fair. I'm sorry, Loni. Okay, I will go out. I'll put out even. Whatever you want. Like.
Don't say whatever I want now. That's too much power.
I mean, we all know that's not actually what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, drunk with power is not a non-literal phrase.
Fair. Actually, my normal Tuesday night plans got canceled, so like, I am open tomorrow night.
So let's fucking do it.
Let me.
I know people think ew when they think jazz.
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah.
People think it, but okay.
Well, some people are uncultured swine.
True. But no, these homies are real dope. They've It's been the same house band for years.
Actually, I'm wearing the hat right now. So Lost Property here in Hollywood. Like, one of the reasons I fell in love with the room, and like, it's a dimly lit little cocktail bar here in Hollywood. Mm. And like, one of the first nights I was there, they had like a live jazz band happening. And I'm just like, this is such the fucking vibe. Like, fucking classic, beautiful classic cocktails, dimly lit bar, jazz. Like, this is the fucking vibe. Also, the fact that at the time, they never used to keep the door open, and it was one of these bars in Hollywood that you have to know it's there to find it.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, I have such a weird mixed feeling. I love you guys. Like, reason I'm wearing your hat on fucking air, and I constantly do. On one hand, I want the bar to fucking thrive. Like, I love the staff. I love the owner. Like, I want the bar to thrive. On the other hand, I really miss when, like, you had to know the bar existed to find it. Yeah, like, because occasionally I bring girls in and they're like, oh, this place is so cool. I didn't even know it was here. I was like, that's right. That's right. Exactly. That's exactly why I brought you here, girl. Like, oh, yeah, look, amazing cocktails. And you didn't know this place existed.
So I guess we'll do a back and forth. I'll take you to the Blue Room for jazz, and you can take me to your jazz sometime.
They haven't been doing live jazz recently. They've just been doing
it's not like a regular.
They've been doing live music on Sundays, but it's been other like
different bands.
Yeah, different bands and stuff like that. I think on Tuesdays, honestly, they're doing they're spinning vinyl. So it's been a good eclectic mix of like spinning vinyl.
Yeah, most of my weekend live music vinyl things have been in Long Beach. I think they did the Long Beach Love Fest last week.
That is a fucking commute.
Yeah. So I'm like I said, I would just move from the west side, so it wasn't as much of a commute. But now it's like
very
not driving certain areas. You kind of just stick to that area. Honestly, it's just been too hot for me to go out. I cannot stand the summertime. It makes me want to fucking die.
You're from Maryland. This isn't that bad.
Yeah, but it's still not great. All this global warming and shit. Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, we're gonna talk. Yeah, it's not good.
We're not gonna talk about. Yeah,
we're not gonna talk about the world being on fire and like.
It's like that meme with the dog. This is fine.
Yep.
With the coffee cup. Yeah,
this is fine. This is fine.
I'm young. I'm hot. I'm gonna party until the world ends. But they've been singing those songs since middle school, so I've been kind of prepared.
What year did Kesha's Die Young come out?
Fuck yeah, Kesha! Oh! I think maybe 2007, 8? No. 9?
So you were like 11 or 12?
Yeah, I was in middle school. I was one of those fast little girls. So I knew I was going to be a party girl. I was born at 10 p.m. on a Friday. Okay. Like, yeah. Ready. Plus, I did a little child acting. So, that whole thing.
You being like, I was in middle school when Kesha's Die Young comes out, like that aged me more than like the conscious thought of like you being born when I was in middle school. Like, because I was a fully in my 20s in 2006. Like,
well, my problem was I was ready to go. Excuse me, but I just could never, ever, ever pass the fake ID or anything like that. Like,
you can barely pass for 21 now.
Yeah, I get carded unless they're looking at my boobs first.
Yeah,
and depends on the security at the venue, but yeah.
Your tits definitely look 21.
My tits, yeah. They're grown woman boobs. Them triple D's.
Is that what they're clocking in at these days?
Triple D's. Yeah.
Bravo.
But the face, we
Bravo, Loni. Bravo. They're well done. They look natural on you. As I said, like if you hadn't told me they were a fat transfer, I just thought like, you were not the waifish little thing you were at 19. So it's just like,
yeah. So it fits my bod. I've always been proportional. So I think it kind of keeps with that whole theme. Except this one guy in the Target parking lot, he literally shouted out his window. He's like, "Are those real?" And then before I could even look to answer him, yes or no, or fuck you or whatever, he was like, "Nah, there's no way." And he drove off. I'm like, wow, you just went through that whole journey by yourself in the Target parking lot.
Target's in the Valley. These are the things that happen.
No, this one was on the west side. At a nicer one, too. I'm like, wow, buddy.
There is no bubble that keeps bad people out of shit, out of good neighborhoods.
Couldn't even let me answer. Like, damn. I mean, I consider this pretty much natural. I mean, it's all me. It's just in a different place. Plus, fun fact, the fat cells still think they're in my tummy. So when I gain weight, my boobs just get bigger. No tum-tums.
That's sick.
Fucking right. Money well spent.
Right?
Money well spent. I mean, they're heavy as shit and still takes some getting used to. But I can like smack people in the face with them sometimes. It's real entertaining. Plus I was like a really full C right before the procedure, so.
Yeah, I don't remember you ever being like
I was never small.
Yeah.
It wasn't a huge step. And I like to tell, but I don't care, I don't care if people know. Plus, I like to let them know that other kinds of procedures are available, like you said, with so many people having issues with their implants and such.
Yeah, a lot of performers have pulled their implants in the last year or two.
There's alternatives. There's safe, different.
Safe-ish. I mean, it's all surgery. It's all fucking surgery.
Like I said, I almost fucking died on the fucking table. And I'm probably going to need a lift in a couple years. But that's just nature. It
is. Once again, why I'm glad I'm a dude. Because, like, we can be absolute train wrecks. And for whatever reason, we just age like fucking fine wine. I'm getting gray. I'm getting fatter. It's like people are just like, yeah. I mean, Loni's only propositioned me twice on this episode already. So
people love the salt and pepper. Stop it.
Stop pointing out that you're propositioning me? Okay, I'll stop pointing that out. I'll stop pointing that out.
He doesn't love a beardy thing. A tattoo beardy thing is like everything. And,
do we count that as number 3, folks?
I don't know. I don't like, a nice, whatever muscly guy is fine for whatever looking. But when you get down to the sex and the cuddling and all that stuff, I don't want to feel like I'm just touching hard. Like, what is that? No one wants that. I want someone I can eat and drink and party with,
Okay, Loni, I'll marry you. Jesus.
Okay, let's go. Fine.
Or collar you in this situation? Is that...
I mean, similar, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess...
One gives tax breaks. One gets tax breaks.
There you go. They should... Oh, my God. They should totally make... they should make dumb sub-situations legit like that. That would be... It's part of my religion.
Collaring is part of my religion. I need a tax break for this. We need to be able to file jointly.
Because, priests are called fathers, so this is my daddy. Yep.
Right? Holy shit.
That was a good one. I just thought of that.
We figured it out, folks. We figured it out.
I guess that means you'd have to get like a super legit. I guess it wouldn't have to be such a serious divorce. You could just like do a uncollaring ceremony.
Wow, you're already planning our divorce?
It's eventual.
Statistically, you're right, but we could beat the odds, Loni. We could beat the odds.
Sure.
Wow, the confidence in not beating the odds there.
Okay, my mom has been married and divorced twice.
Okay.
So, my dad's been married and divorced 3 times.
My mom's been married and divorced twice, too.
So, between my parents, 5 divorces.
You just break the cycle.
I'm breaking a different cycle.
Fair. I'm breaking that cycle too. A million years of evolution stopped right here by one fucking payment to a doctor.
I respect that decision. I wish I could have I wish there was a lady version of a vasectomy. Like, we've had birth control for how long? And you still got all these fucking bullshit things.
You can have your tubes tied or...
No, it's apparently like a whole fucking thing. Like, you have to get several doctors' opinions and this and fucking that. And if you're of a certain age, they'll be like, are you sure? You sure you don't want kids? You sure?
Well, and that's the thing with the vasectomy. They were actually like, if you were under, I think, 32 without children, you had to get a consultation.
I think...
I'm just an old enough man. They're just like, yeah, go for it, bro.
I think it's for women. It's like if you're under 30. No. If you're under like 25.
Well, it also depends on the state. Like, some states require your fucking husband's approval to...
Yeah, I heard that. Like, what year is it?
2022, I think. Well, Loni, just hook up with people with vasectomies then.
Or I'll just hook up with one of these stupid ass motherfuckers who's making all these stupid ass fucking laws, and then I'll get pregnant, and then they'll be like, oh, no, we need to get an abortion now. So then,
Well, yeah, but You and I
then
both
I'd
know.
have to be pregnant and get an abortion. So I'm like, ew.
Well,
And I'd have to fuck one of those old fucking pieces of shit. So,
well, and on top of it, we all know that laws don't actually apply to those folks anyways. So
that was more the sarcastic point I was making.
yeah, like, they would. Your abortion would be so fast.
I would recover. There would be no downtime between. I wouldn't even have time to post. So
either that, or they just have you murdered.
Murdered sometimes, right?
Yeah, like,
I feel like
they're like, oh, well, we could pay for an abortion, or I could just put a bullet in you.
Or if it's like a nice one, I feel like maybe they'd send me to Europe for a while. If it's a nice one.
Yeah, but do you really want to gamble on that?
Fucking the wife too, maybe then.
You really want to gamble on all that?
They'd send me away for a little bit and then I'd come back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like your silence, it might hurt their re-election campaigns, depending on the state. Especially because
they don't want to.
They're an old white man. You're black. Like it's just it might not play well with their demo.
It's just so weird, like how everyone's. I saw this in a post too. They were like, "Yeah, we don't let old people over the age of 70 drive cars and do this and that and take care of themselves. But if they're a rich politician, they can make laws for the rest of the country. Why aren't they dead yet?
Because they have money."
And then everyone's like, "Oh, France, all these other countries, they just protest. Why don't people just protest?" They like compared it to the Bugs Life movie, the Pixar. Is that a Pixar?
Yeah, that one's Pixar. Because there's Ants and Bugs Life that came out about the same time.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, Ants. That was rough. Ants was a little rough for a children's cartoon." I remember watching it like, even as I think I was like a young teen. I was like, that's a little rough. But no, even like the Bugs Life is like the many outweigh the few. We're not gonna let these bitch ass grasshoppers fucking try us. And they even made friends with other circus bugs to even try to triumph. Like, are people not watching the movies? Because at the end of in the 90s or early 2000s.
Lonnie, at the end of the day, we are too comfortable. Our way of life is too fucking comfortable for people to really fucking get out of it. Because we're surrounded by distractions. We're surrounded by like, oh shit, I could get rich off TikTok or Instagram. Why would I want to go out in the streets and fucking...
On the way here in my Uber, it said that, guess what the number 1 and 2 most impoverished, poorest states are in the country?
Mississippi, Alabama?
Ha! You would think. But no, Hawaii and California.
I believe Hawaii...
Hawaii's been suffering because of tourism.
Well, California, like, it depends on what metric they're defining poverty. Like, the cost of living, the cost of living compared to the median income, for sure. Yeah. For actual, like, we have too many fucking rich people for...
No, I think it was that first one you said.
Yeah. Oh, no. LA specifically has been considered unaffordable since the 70s, where rent supersedes the median income. Since the 70s.
5 years ago, I bought a studio apartment for $1,200 a month. Now, I think it's at least $15,200 for a studio 1-bedroom. So, but I mean, where else am I going to live? I'm not going to go off and get married and have kids, so I can't like move to the Midwest or some other random state.
Whoa, you just proposed to me, Loni.
Well, yeah, but we're not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, and obviously, unless I knock you up in the next 60 days, we're not having kids.
60 days.
Don't worry. I'm only putting it in your butt for the next 60 days.
Well, I guess I'll have to break out those plugs, huh? Actually, I want to mention this just because I'm feeling it. I want to move to Ireland and open my own pub in Dublin that also is a New York style pizzeria. That's my 3 to 5 year goal.
That's a sick one.
I'm part Irish on my dad's side. So I've always, wanted to go over there and be like, yo. How many black part Irish porn stars do they have setting up pizzerias?
Probably not many. I mean, partially black Irish, like the only person I can think of is the lead singer of fucking Thin Lizzy.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, huh. We'll team up.
He's dead.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, you can exhume his corpse. That might get weird.
I'll get his ghost on tech. We'll meet in the spirit world.
Perfect.
He'll sign it on my back. Like Exorcist, but business.
Perfect. I'm down for this
That
plan.
counts, and signed in blood is like the oldest kind of contract you can sign.
Hell, if it'll get me into the EU, I'm down. I'm totally down. Because my only other ways into the EU are like claiming heritage from like fucking Germany or Hungary. And like, I know Hungary, they want you to be able to speak Hungarian before they'll let you back in.
Why is it like Canada? You did something bad, so you can't go?
No, like heritage to become a citizen. Like,
oh.
Yeah, my grandfather on my mother's side is full-blooded Hungarian. Like, so I could be like, yo, but they're also like, there's a fair rise of anti-Semitism in Hungary, so I'm not sure I necessarily want to go there and be like, yo, so Hungarian Jew that like, bailed.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, and then I mean, of what I've seen of Germany, I like Germany, but who knows what their rules are for taking in like ancestry. Like,
you would think they'd be really good about it. Like, you'd think they'd be extra cool about it.
like, oh, you're descendant of a German Jew and you want to come back? Yeah, come back.
Do you want a house? Like reparations,
right? I'm down for reparations and
get some Jewish reparations in Germany. That sounds nice.
Yeah, I'd be down.
I hear Germany's really cute. But Berlin is supposed to be like obviously the dope.
I really want to go Berlin. Actually, XBiz Berlin's happening in like a week or two.
Yes, I know. I'm so jealous. I've always wanted to go.
I almost went. Like, I almost booked a flight because I found a flight out of Long Beach for like under $1,000.
Round trip?
Uh-huh.
It was going to cost me like almost $2,000 to get to Miami for my birthday for Exotica.
I mean, I'd have to fly out of Long Beach and it was like 24 hours of commuting to get there. Like,
I mean, what is that normally? But it's like a 12-hour or so. I mean,
yeah, it was a lot of. It was like a healthy layover in Amsterdam, which I'm not mad at.
Yeah, see, that sounds amazing. Fuck, jealous.
I almost did. I didn't do it. I'm like, it'd be irresponsible.
That even existed.
Loni, I hate to break to you. I have a lot of hotel points, so like I do the travel. So
I feel like I should have a lot of points. I did get one of those flight credit cards, but they never like were like, oh, you. I don't know. I never knew what like the point of credit cards were. And then a friend was like, you need to get a credit card. So I was like, okay, I'll get this credit card.
I'll lay down the game plan for you because I did travel full time at one point, and that's why I have all these fucking points.
We'll get some convos going because I'm sure I got hella points. Well, maybe not now but yeah.
We'll figure it out. But we're going to actually call last call on this motherfucker. We've been at this for like 2 fucking hours already, girl.
Oh, man. It's been fun.
It's been a blast. Where can they find you on the things?
On the things that I have are Instagram. I've got fake profiles everywhere, guys. So please make sure it's the right one.
What is the right one?
Instagram is Loni, Loni, Legend. It's got a picture of me in a white lingerie thing. My OnlyFans is Loni Legend. LILLONI Legend. I do have a Facebook profile, which is just Loni Legend. And FetLife. You can have it at my FetLife. I don't know if it's Lil Loni Legend. I think it's a Little Loni Legend as well. But you can just type in Loni Legend and it's me going like. And I feel like there's another one, but I'm blanking. Nope. I guess. Oh, I got Tumblr.
That's still a thing.
Yeah, right. But yeah.
Check out Loni on the things.
Oh, and I do actually technically have a Twitter. We're trying this out. A friend of mine is running it for me. Loni Legendary on Twitter. So I know it looks like it's not me, but that is because it's not me because, as before said,
they're banning our IPs.
Twitter can choke on it.
Well, check
No, that's too nice for them.
Wow.
Still bitter about that. But yes, check the other things out.
Understandably so. And as always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. and Slayer on Facebook, twitch.tv/Matt F. and Slayer for the gaming bullshit. We're doing multiverses on the regular. Go to patreon.com/Matt Slayer for the exclusive content, the uncensored content. We have not done anything uncensored. I mean, if you want to pull them out, we can, Loni.
Can I?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to do it earlier, but I forgot to ask.
Oh, yeah. You're more than welcome to.
I got too many layers on. Hold on.
Oh, layer 1's out. Layer 2's out. And that is now Patreon exclusive content. It's Patreon exclusive content right there.
Ab workout.
Patreon.com/Matt Slayer. And you can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter and Now We Drink _ on Instagram. I don't know why you're putting those away. And until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
Drink up. Cheers. Oh, Kampai. That's
Kampai.
Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. I learned that from One Piece.